Hi, this is Bad Influence. Our main review this week is Prince of Persia on the SNES.
And I'll be meeting Igor, a robot who taught himself to walk. Down, Igor! Sit!
And Z reports from the biggest computer games show in the universe. At least, he will if we can tear him away from that monitor.
But before all of that rubbish, here is a very big number. No, not like that. Like this. 999,999,900. But what does it mean? Is it the amount of fans that I've got? No, I've got a lot more than that. Is it perchance the amount of dosh Violet spends on hair dye each week? No. Is it the number of minutes Andy Crane is on the telly each week? Well, maybe. But it's also the number of points you'll start the game with if you use this brilliant cheat for Dragon's Fury on the Mega Drive. Simply type in ALCLAE8ECK and press start. And away you go. 999999900. And also, you get 21 balls. No, not like that, stupid.
If you're an avid follower of Namrood, you may be pleased to hear that you don't actually have to become an inadequate human being in order to be good at cheats. This is an electronic Namrood, a cheat device called a Game Genie. You can use it to do loads of different cheats on various games on the Mega Drive and soon on the Game Boy. And this book comes with it to tell you all the different cheats. For example, you can have more ammunition, extra continues, change your speed, get infinite lives, or you can even make the games harder, but I'm not going to demonstrate that right now. Basically, you put your game into the Game Genie and your Game Genie into your machine. And when you turn it on, this master screen comes up and you have to put the codes in. So, for my game, which is Batman, I've put in the master code already and I need to put in another one. I think I'll make it so that punches, knives and guns don't hurt him. And the code for that is B2AT CA46. So I can put that in with my joypad. B2AT CA46. Now I turn that on, and while it's booting up, I'll just tell you there's a switch on the side here, which means that if you want to decide not to use the cheats, you can turn them off, or then you can turn them on again later. Now we're here in Gotham City, and I'm not going to punch or hit or anything like that and see if they harm me. Nope, I'm immune to it all. I'm just going to walk right through to the end of the level.
She can do that normally, actually. She doesn't need a device like that. But how do they work? Well, this one's a bit like the Game Genie. This is called an action replay. It'll run on most computers and consoles. The game we plugged into it, I'm sure you'll recognise as the Addams Family. But this bit of the Addams Family you probably won't recognise. This is actually the computer program that makes the whole game run. Now, when your game starts, of course, you have 5 lives for your character. And if you look in the program, you can see where those 5 lives are here. It says 5, player 1, number of lives. If you put in a cheat for infinite lives, the bit of the program that would normally knock off a life when you get killed doesn't run. It gets bypassed, if you like, so the lives always stay at 5. But how does the action replay know which bit of the program to bypass? Well, if we go to the trainer screen, this is where you can actually start to do your own cheats. You can do live cheats or timer cheats. You can cheat with the energy bar, change your status, but it's lives that I'm interested in. In fact, this is quite a lengthy process, but earlier on today, I did actually teach the action replay how to give me infinite lives in the Addams Family. First, I told the action replay that I had 5 lives. It then found all the places in the program where the number 5 appeared. There were actually too many to list. Then I played the game for a bit until I lost a life. I told the action replay that I now had just 4 lives. It then looked at all the places in the program where 5 had changed to 4 and worked out the code to give me infinite lives. 7E00AC05. So with this code in, even when I die, I always have got 5 lives. Simple, eh? A word of warning though, none of these cheat devices are approved in the UK by the major console manufacturers. So in the unlikely event that your SNES or your Mega Drive blows up while one of these is plugged in, your guarantee won't be valid. So be careful.
I will be. Don't forget that if you haven't got a cheat device, all Namrood's cheats and tips appear in the data blast at the end of the programme. But now for this week's main game review, it's Prince of Persia on the SNES. It's a classic game that's been around on the Amiga for a couple of years, in which you play a prince who's got to negotiate his way around a labyrinth of dingy dungeons in order to reach his goal. You guessed it, he's got to save a damsel in distress. Here's Prince Lakesh.
There's no other game like it. It was brilliant on the Amiga, but this version is bigger, better and faster. This guard's quite hard to beat because of the moving platform. After you've beaten him, you've got to jump quickly and avoid the spikes at the end. You've got to have real patience when you're playing this game. You've got to come back to a level time and time again to progress. This part's quite difficult. You've got to tiptoe past these choppers, otherwise you'll be soon crushed. The animation and graphics are brilliant. The way that he moves has been digitized from a real person, and so it adds a lot of realism to the game. This is a sumo wrestler, and he's one of the hardest guards to beat. He attacks well, and defends as well. Look at the quality to detail in the background, and the characters. The way he swipes is amazing. He just left a fat mess on the floor. I'd definitely buy Prince of Persia. The levels are massive, and there are many of them. I'd rate it 5 stars. Probably the best game on the Super NES right now.
The main character is fantastic, and the game is really great looking. The problem is, though, you have to be pretty skillful because it's a very challenging game.
The graphics are the best I've seen yet on this system. You need real skill and patience to get anywhere quickly.
And so the final scores for Prince of Persia. The boys gave it an excellent 4 out of 5, and the girls liked it just as much. They gave it 4 out of 5 as well.
Last week, our American reporter Z Wright visited the most important computer and video game show in the world. Held every year in Las Vegas, it features everything from washing machines to home cinema. But Z concentrated on games and gadgets. Here's his report.
Hi, and welcome to Las Vegas, the entertainment capital of the world, and the venue for the huge Consumer Electronics Show, or CES for short. This is the place where all the video game producers get to show off their latest and hottest stuff. Nintendo is very big in America. Their exhibits take up a whole room. The game that everybody wants to play now is Star Fox, a new revolutionary game. Let's check it out. It's revolutionary because it contains an extra microprocessor called the Super FX chip inside the game cartridge. This means that the Super Nintendo can perform better than ever before. The game has 3D graphics, and while you're playing, the Super FX chip redraws the screen moment by moment. This makes the gameplay very fast and fluid. Oh man, the graphics are unbelievable. It's hard. This is mad hard. Ooh. You play Fox McCloud, a space mercenary out to save the universe. 3 routes take you to 10 different planets. There's also a couple of secret levels built in, especially for expert players. This summer, Game Boy fans on both sides of the Atlantic have a chance to play their first ever Zelda game, Link's Awakening. In this game, the hero Link, familiar to Super Nintendo players, will have to battle his way through a large world of dungeons, secrets, and adventures. There's lots of old characters here, plus some new ones too.
Yo, Z! How you doing?
Fine, Mario. What's new with you?
Hey, have you and the guys at Bad Influence heard about my first movie, Super Mario Brothers? It's out in May, and I'm the star, played by Bob Hoskins, you know?
Yeah, we've heard about it, but we haven't seen anything of it.
Oh, yeah? Well, just take a look at this.
Mario! Luigi! Come on! You want to give us the rock bag lady?
Come and get it, big boy.
You told me to go after her. Yeah, for a date, not into another world.
Alien species escaping from Metro City.
Oh, we gotta deal with aliens too? Luigi, we're the aliens!
This is the Activator, an 8-sided floor pad which creates an invisible wall of infrared light. When a beam is broken, it makes a musical chord. Sega has invented a way to play video games, not with a controller pad, but using your whole body. I'm playing Streets of Rage 2 like I've never played it before. The Activator translates my movements into the movements of my character, Axel. When I kick, Axel kicks too. Different and definitely not for couch potatoes. Yeah. Oh. 3DO is basically an interactive CD system. But the word is, it's set to become a standard format like audio cassettes or VHS. So, what does it do? Well, it does a lot.